This is the knitting news. This is the knitting news from Knit Happens Teesside for the 47th week of 2024. Quite sure that's right. Yes, it's right. I'm Annie, and the other night at knitting, Jill was working on her tunic, but she'd also made one of those, you know, you get a kit on a magazine, and it's a gingerbread man. He's fun, isn't he? It's really good. I haven't seen that one. Anyhow, they're fiddly, aren't they, little toys? And she did say we could use the pattern, but I can't see me finishing it really. Helen was working on her purple, green and cream blanket. It just happens to be suffragette colours. And, well, it just doesn't happen to be his. It's a little bit, she's missed a couple of stitches down one side about halfway along and was having a bit of a worry about it. But we had a discussion and we decided that no, she should not go back. Because to be honest, she'd done about another, at least another foot. So there will be ways of camouflaging that and resolving it. She also had some gift knitting with her. I think it's gift knitting, so we need to watch out about whether I put that on or not. And she has bought some very subtle green and red, not very bright colours, to make her kind of a subtle Christmas jumper or cardigan. And it's West Yorkshire Spinners yarn. She's also bought some red wool for a baby cardigan and some red and white for some more gift knitting. So it's all a bit top secret at the moment. Not a lot I can tell you about it. I was working on, well, I'd finished the hat to go with the cardigan. And I'll have to go and get it because I forgot. Here it is. If you remember, I made this little cardigan, and the buttons do work in the non-existent buttonholes. It's very easy. So I think that'll be all right for, you know, if I leave it buttoned up, it should become sort of obvious where the buttonholes or where the buttons should go through, maybe. So I found a double knit pattern for the amount of stitches and the shaping, and then just added the pattern. Will they fit baby at the same time? But with the hat, they can always turn the end up if they so wish. So that one's finished, and then I started on, remember we have this strawberry theme. Now this is Rowan cotton. Be careful because I'm using flexi flip things. So these are cutest Ever Baby Knits by Val Pierce. This book, this cover, and this is my little shoe. So the bit that you can see that's garter stitch is the sole, so that'll get turned underneath. And I'm just adding the obviously the green, as you can see on the picture how it's going to be. So they're cute, aren't they? And I've found another pattern online. So that's my wool for that, cotton. So that little bag's kind of handy. It's only a little dinky one. Big against me. Sufffragette bootees. I don't quite know how to pronounce that. In 4-ply cotton. So I found them online. I had to write it down because I was going to look it up at knitting, and then I took that book and did them instead. So I think that these ones might be a little bit big. And these, the note that I have, I'll probably put them on screen so you can see what they're like. They are newborn. They do look to me like they are going to be smaller, so she'll have 2 pairs. I also found some strawberries. Here they are. So there's a few different colours, 2 shades of pink and red. I think there is. And they've got sequins on. So they'll be good trims. I was looking for strawberry buttons, just thinking I can sew some buttons on things to just accessorise them. But these will go better. We are now currently custodians of a wild animal. So this hat could have a little strawberry on it. Ooh. Or the pattern has a flower on it, so I could do the flower and put the strawberry in the middle. But I've got one in cream, so I'll compare the two and decide which one I prefer. I thought that would be the way to do it. But therefore, I had to buy 60. Can't imagine, I can't see myself using them. Unless I think up of a genius way of using them all on some fantastic project for baby. Who knows? Black coffee. We have the wild animal in the room with me, and she's clawing to get out, so I'll have to let her out because I can't pick her up to show you because she'll savage me. Probably. Well, should I try? Say hello to the lovely people. Oh. I'll just scoot her past. There she is. She's a big girl. She's very heavy. And yeah, she did jump on. Ooh, see? Whoop! Go on. Go on then. If I need to move her, I can pick her up, but I can't. She will be cuddled. She hasn't been on my knee yet. I thought she was going to, but she walked over me to get somewhere else. And if I can pick her up and move her from somewhere I don't want her to be, or I can shout at her to get down. She's been everywhere, on high windowsills and obviously the kitchen worktops. They have to get cleaned all the time. And I think she's in a silly mood. What's her? It's all happening. Lottie's having a bath because she's a bit cheesy. Roxy's running up and down, probably chasing the cat. And sometimes I have to move her with my slipper gently. So far she hasn't savaged that. but I have had my fingers scratched. When she arrived, she had all these little scabs around her neck, and we haven't seen any fleas or anything, and it was a bit more like she'd had a fight. And I do know that she wasn't getting on with the other cat that she was living with, which was Queenie, which was supposed to come and live with us at first. She's kind of lovely, and I think she'll mellow, and she's obviously a bit wild, and I'm hoping that she will become just a tiny bit cuddly. She's been here for 2 weeks on Sunday, and I've barely heard her purr, so that's why she's a bit wild, isn't she? Do you think? She's back in the room. When I sit forward, she might come and sit behind me. Also, Fee sent us a picture of her new hat. It's quite tweedy wool, and it's a little bit pointy, and it's got... Excuse the hoover. She's sitting in a basket. Daisy! Hello! I have to think about a name, and I think that was why the name didn't stick, because we got another cat too close to having a previous cat, and I just keep going to say Millie, and it's not Millie. It's Daisy. Oh, the hoover's been there all the time. Well, it's a nice colour. Fee's hat is made with tweedy yarn and has toadstools on it and leaves and things, I think. I'll put a picture on. What do you think of that? It's a gnome hat, apparently, not an elf. So Lottie's having a bath because she's a bit cheesy. The cat's a bit naughty. Roxy's just Roxy. I think that's more or less this week's news. Some more news? Oh no! This. What I am wearing! This is Lovenote. On the pattern suggests that you use sort of a 4-ply, I think, and sort of a big needle or 4-ply and mohair, and do a loose knit. But I've used Louisa Harding. I'll have to fathom out what it is and put it on the screen. It's very soft, and I saw some more on eBay, so I bought some more. I've got it in brown. Might even make another one of these, because see, it's a bit of a 3/4 sleeve, which isn't intentional, and it's a bit of a crop, which is intentional, but I didn't have enough, obviously. Yeah, I think she quite likes the basket. Daisy! Psst, psst. This one will answer to anything, won't you, Roxy? So this was found in the cabinet. That is fixed, but I haven't washed all my jumpers yet, because obviously I can't wash very many at once because of drying, getting them dry. Black coffee. I think I explained on the video, but the other day there was a very low tide, and I walked right out onto the rocks and found a couple of, well, I found is it a sea urchin, the round one, about the size of an apple, and starfish and some fisherman's cable line. When I got hold of it and started to pull it, it was caught in all of the seaweed. I thought it just went through the one rock pool. It went over all the rocks, over and over. So I had to go further than I was going to go, over an uneven bit. And it was caught on a lot of seaweed. And it's not safe for the creatures. I actually thought I was going to find a reel at the end of it. There was that much. So I did get it all out and brought it home. And it had a Sputnik on the end of it. I actually didn't bring it home. I dropped it off at a neighbour's house who goes sea fishing more than my husband. But you'd be wondering who put it there, probably, because I haven't seen him. Here's the beach. Something. This is Long Scar Rocks. Long Scar sticks out into the sea. A couple of 100 years ago, they'll all have been getting washed up. Shipwrecks. And they didn't know there were rocks here. It does look a bit like it's breaking up. Over there on the end, where the white houses are, there's the Youth Pier, and the end of that was damaged in a storm, and that protects this bay. So they've been fixing that with blocks of cement built on site. But this bit's natural. Come on, doggies. Oh, I don't know if you should run on here. Seaweed out here, and whoops! Oh, that's me wet. Danger dog. Lots of wildlife on this little nature trek. Roxy! What? Are we at the end? What's at the end? Any friends? You see, even though we've walked away, there's some rocks out there, right? It looks like it's on the horizon now, but that's just because I'm low down. I think that's all for this week. Some more news, maybe, next week. What you doing? You stuck now?